howdy! SimTheWorld here. We are back with Farming Simulator 19, the Alpine expansion. As you can see, it is now late summer, and as for all the fields, they're all starting to get ready for harvest. So this is field 4 is ours. We have wheat planted right now. This is going to be our first year owning the field, so it'll be our first harvest. So this is our plan for today. I'm really excited about that. I'm also planning on taking some contracts to pick up some of these other fields, like 2 and 3. I think they both have wheat on them too. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to rent a harvester so I can take care of our field. And at that point, we might as well take care of everybody's. That way I can also pick up the straw. We'll sell some of it. We'll probably store some of it for the cows. I think for the food costs, I go through about 2 to 3 bales of straw every month, in-game month. So there's a decent amount to do. I'd like to fill that storage thing up and then, go from there. That way we'd at least have a couple of years stored. But I need to get down to the store and find what we're going to lease. Alright, so I picked up a header. We don't need a trailer. I think we can scoot around here. Won't be a big deal. I'm not sure if this header's a little big for this. We're going to find out for sure. I'm slightly concerned, but it should be fine. I'm not too worried. We'll make it work. I'm just worried though, if the horsepower is too low, we're not going to be able to push it, and that just makes for a bad time. But at the same time, I don't want to spend all day harvesting. If we're going to pay for this thing, we're going to need to harvest multiple fields as quick as we can. Let me get over here. Oh, we're going to have to get around these railroad tracks. I did not think about that. Well, if there's a will, there's a way. We'll make this work. Alright, if the gate wants to be an issue, that's okay. Do a little maneuvering here. Maybe if I took a running start. Here we go. Get too close. And here we go. And a little extra push from that impatient driver helped push us along through. Ooh, now we got the bridge. Yeah, we should have got a trailer. This driver, he's been hitting the back end here an awful amount, so he's in quite the rush, that's for sure. Yeah, next time, my advice, use a trailer, use a header trailer. I hate working with them. I don't think they work. They're not that intuitive to use. Jesus. You know what, sir? Go, go, go. I'll move out of the way. We do have crop destruction turned off. That way this isn't an issue. The crops are still wet. It rained all through the night last night, so we will have to wait for that to dry. But this was just a way for me to get out. Let's take a look at the harvester. Let's unfold it. I want to see if it's going to be an issue to run this. Okay, it's moving fine. Moving fine. So, while I wait, we're going to let this block traffic, and I'm going to grab the tractor with the trailer, and hopefully these crops will dry out and we'll get started on these contracts. I'll also talk to some of the farmers and see what we can't do. I made a few phone calls. I talked to some farmers. Let's pop up the menu. I took contracts 2, 3, 5, and 16. There's wheat, oat. There's 2 wheats and 2 oats, but they all go to the supermarket, which will be convenient. Supermarket pricing, I don't know about our own field. Let me take a look here. Where is that? Prices for wheat. We might just end up storing the wheat for now. I'm not in a rush to sell it anywhere. We're also not using the silage or the silo for anything, so might as well. It's also afternoon, so it's already, the field is dry. That's kind of what I was waiting on. It's time to get to work. We have plenty of fields to go, but this will help pay for the harvester that we just leased. And of course, we'll get all the straw from this. Let me make sure that I kind of want the map up too. We should get the straw swath out of this. Let's get, ooh. That's not harvesting. There's oh wow, there's a lot of traffic there. Oops. Why isn't that harvesting? Kind of weird. Alright, so now I think we're set up to go. Sorry about that. It just goes to show. It's always stuff you don't know, I thought I had checked for that before, but I had some issues in picking leasing harvesters before. Prior to this, I was actually looking at leasing a John Deere, but the horsepower didn't meet the requirement for the header I picked, so I had to redo the episode and da-da-da-da-da. There's always one more thing to check. This game is just that in-depth. Look at this. We got a big header on this. That way we're going to move quick with harvesting the fields. Let me bump up the time, make sure we're being realistic. I just bumped it down so I could swap out that header as quick as possible. Get that mistake ironed out. But once we start harvesting these, once we start collecting some income from this stuff, once we also confirm that the precision farming was fixed for the harvesting, I think we'll take a look at that in the next episode. It's going to take me a couple days to get through all these fields. I'm not going to try to push through it in a night. Maybe I'll work late, but not through the night. We want to be somewhat realistic with this. So this is what we're doing today. You can see these little dead patches. So I've been looking into this, and it's the idea that some of your crops will wither. Not everything will be perfect all of the time. You can't expect all your crops to survive perfectly. It's that random little touch. So there's patches there. You can actually see it in the map here, how there are little specks throughout the different fields. There's some in 20 and 18 down here too. There's quite a few in ours. Kind of weird. I used herbicide, so it's not an issue of weeds. Not entirely... It's just random, I suppose. So, enough chit-chat. I've messed up enough. We need to start making some money and start filling some trailers. So, the final thing I'll do, and I'll make sure we'll have to check the weather. Let me actually do that now. Take a look. So we have sun today, sun tomorrow. It's going to rain tomorrow morning. Ooh. That's an issue. So, ooh. I'm definitely going to want to bale up the straw before the rain comes. I had issues with the straw we did last time. I had baled that in the rain and didn't quite. Some of it started to decay in the placeable we have set over there. So in seasons, if the bales get wet, if they're left out and exposed to the moisture, they'll start to rot, which makes sense. It's realistic. They'll even rot on the field like this, and once it starts rotting, I think it just continues to rot. So, got to get those stored as quick as possible. That will also be done tonight. Maybe I'll get the other tractor out and get that set up with the baler. Tried to double down and do a few things at once. Might be the smart move. this harvester just wasn't quite long enough, as you can see. I'm going to have a little dinky pass here. I might just throw that in with one of the other contracts that we do, just pick this up along the way. I kind of want to get the straw bales taken care of before it rains. It's already starting to get a little late, so things you gotta worry about. Let's get the pipe out. So much traffic tonight. I don't understand where they're coming from, but let's get this emptied out. Swing around here, this pipe just is barely long enough. Yeah, it just barely makes it in. But I do want to differentiate what I harvest from my field from what is collected from the contracts. As you can see, we've got 5 contracts out, or 4 contracts out right now. These are all ones we'll have to take care of. That's for the surrounding fields here. As you can see from the precision farming, if we look at the yield, yeah, for here, it does look like it was a 65% yield, so it's not its full potential. We're not going to get a lot of money for it. There's not much we can analyze about it. You can see we did fertilize it the one time. We used some fuel. It's kind of nice they let us know exactly what, what went on with the field and break down the costs for us. Total earnings, 24,000. Maybe that's the price of wheat right now. We haven't sold anything off of this that I'm aware of. Take a look here. Yeah, interesting. So, oh, you know what it is? It's for it counts the area for the grass. So those bales, it's counting the 24,000. Interesting. So maybe that is stuff we'll have to take a look at. I'll probably want to... Maybe I'll want to fertilize the grass area? I don't know about that. I didn't think I had to do that with the field areas, but it is precision farming. Maybe the grass area I should be plowing and seeding and fertilizing and all that good stuff. You guys let me know. I'm sure a lot of you have been playing longer than I have. It's only been this series that I've been playing, so not a lot of time to figure out all the little kinks and the ins and outs of the game. But yeah, it's getting late in the game here, so I'm probably gonna grab the baler, get at least the straw bales picked up out of this field tonight, and then, because yeah, we gotta watch the weather. It's going to rain tomorrow morning. It's going to rain tomorrow night into Friday. Oh, we're going to be dodging so much rain. Percentage is high. Yeah, we're going to see what happens as far as these contracts. I'll be able to tell you exactly what happens in the next episode, which will be beginning of autumn. I guess last autumn was pretty rainy for us, so I guess it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. We're going to be dodging some raindrops. But yeah, let me know. Also, if you didn't catch last episode, I'm looking for ideas for the barn that we're going to put up next door. Take a look at that. Let me know what you like down in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any other future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.